Yeah? Easy. So let's take, for example, the theory of styles. Styles make fights, yeah? Different styles make good fights. I'm thinking Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. Went 12 rounds, or 15 rounds back in them days, and Frazier won. Frazier then fought hot prospect George Foreman and got annihilated. Ali fights Foreman, and we all know what happens there. So my point being is that sometimes fighters can just be made for the other guy to beat. Now, David Haye has a very unorthodox style. You never know what he's going to do. These punches can come from any angles, very hard angles to work out. He loves the feint. He feints all the time. Yeah, what I mean by that is moving, twitching around. And the reason why he's trying to do that is because he's trying to put them into a pretense of, let's say, we'll pop the jab, they're going to block or whatever, and he's going to counter punch. He's a very, very clever fighter. Now, criticising his last fight against Audley Harrison, but in Harrison's defence, every time he put a fist out towards Haye, he was pummeled by counter shots every time. Yeah, the guy just didn't deserve to be in the same ring as him. And that's exactly what Haye said he was going to do. He said that he was going to end his career, and to be fair, the guy said it was going to happen and he did it. So I don't think he should be criticised for that fight. But if we're looking at experience, he doesn't have the experience at heavyweight. But the guy's unified the title at cruiserweight. Yeah, you don't unify a title unless you're good. And there's only been 3 people who's done that. Evander Holyfield being one of them. Who, in 1999, he won the, unified the title. So this is a former cruiserweight that has unified the titles at heavyweight. So the myth that a lighter fighter can't unify a heavier division, it's already been proven that it can happen, yeah? So let's take, for example, hot prospect Mike Tyson fighting Trevor Berbick. This guy was massive, absolute massive guy, and a lot of people said that it was too soon for Mike Tyson, that he wasn't going to be able to do it. Tyson absolutely annihilated the guy and won the title. The youngest heavyweight champion at age 20. So why I'm bringing this up is I think that Wladimir is a very good fighter. He's a clever man. But I think he's just got... You can't predict Haye. The guy's all over the place. He throws body shots, funny angles. You can't predict anything. He's like a wild animal. And Klitschko, monotonous fighter. Jab, jab, cross, cover up. Yeah, he's always careful. But I think it's going to be too much. Yeah, so you've got the size for Klitschko, the reach, but you've got the head movement with Klitschko, which means he's going to stay away from that jab. Speed, power. I mean, they both got power. But that foot movement from Haye. I mean, you've got to look at the fights. You've got YouTube. Yeah, you're looking at me now. You're on YouTube. You look at the David Haye fights. You look at his feet. You look at his movement. And you look at Klitschko's. Look how uncomfortable the guy is. It's like a giraffe. He's like a giraffe with boxing gloves. You put a gorilla and a giraffe together. So I think David Haye is a true fighter, and Klitschko just managed to use his attributes to his best ability, really, and he has been beaten before by people that weren't necessarily great. But David Haye is a great fighter. He's an animal, but he's an athlete, and I see the adverts been putting out to promote this fight. They're making out as if he's this crazy, almost caveman-like Rocky approach, when you couldn't have been any more wrong. Yeah, this guy is so technical. Him and Adam Booth, they devise these plans up and they put it through, and you can see this. Yeah, let's take Adam Booth doing the whole George Groves DeGale. They put a plan together for a very tough fight. He put the plan through, and it paid off. I mean, I'm looking at the build-up to the Groves-DeGale fight. Groves is just full of bruises and just looks like he's been annihilated, while DeGale's all fresh-faced. Yeah? Very good fighter DeGale was. That was a tough fight to win. But you've got not only a great fighter with David Haye, but you've got a great, focused coach. Now you're going to me, you know, Emmanuel Stewart is, you know, pretty much one of the best coaches ever. He's lost before. So let's get on to my prediction. I predict that the first few rounds, they're going to keep that distance. The distance is going to be there. I see from the 3rd, 4th and 5th, Haye just opening up and just pressurising Klitschko, throwing shots left, right and centre, really roughing this guy out, roughing him up, maybe punching him on the back of the head, everything, just really frustrating this guy, not giving him a moment to think. He's just going to open up, and I just think the focus is just going to go with Wladimir, and I see around 7, 8 and 9 KO to Haye. David Haye is going to be the unified heavyweight champion this Saturday. That's my prediction. I'm pretty set on this. That's my prediction.